the Pacific, the Atlantic. Welcome to Power Talk. I am full of it this morning, can you tell? I'm excited to be here with you, and I am so glad that you've taken the time to join us. You know, this is a brand new baby week, and we're going to be creating what we want in it, and we're going to start today. We're going to be talking about the relationship between the mind and the body, and about being fully present in our bodies and being a team with our body so that we can really start playing the game full force, full in, all in, and doing it right. And I've got a fabulous guest for you today. My guest is Angelina Spector. She's the founder of Mind Body Connection Fitness Studio in Emeryville, California, and she does all manner of different ways of helping her clients work with their bodies, but she's also a coach, and so she can help you anywhere you are, and you can work with her. Her website is mindbodyconnection.net. Welcome, Angie.
Welcome. Thank you. I'm excited to be here.
Oh, me too. I'm very, very glad to have you because it's almost like I woke up this morning realizing that, you know, I've been my own worst enemy with respect to how do I handle my body. And at 70 years old, you know, I don't think it's too late to start really forging a strong relationship with my body. So that's why I wanted to have you on the show, and I wanted to have you on the show today. So can you tell everybody a little bit about yourself and how you started working with people to help them engage this mind-body connection?
Actually, it started with me, and I wanted to transform my body after having a baby after 40 years old. I found that after I turned 40, it was hard to lose weight. And after having a baby, it was so easy, Jean, to lose weight when I was 20 and 30 years old. But after having my baby, it was really hard. It was kind of frustrating, and I got really depressed. And I remembered when I was 20 or 30 years old, I could eat and then exercise for about 4 weeks, and I would lose the weight. But after having a baby, it was so challenging to lose the weight. I gained 40 pounds having my baby, and I was really kind of frustrated. So one day, you know, I got so depressed, and then one day I decided, I looked in the mirror and I said, okay, enough of this. You know, I got to change this. And I changed my mindset, and I decided that I wanted to be fit and agile till I was 100 years old. I made up my mind. I saw this woman. She was about 75, 80 years old, and she was all hunched over. And I was like, that's not how I want to be when I'm 75, 80 years old. I can change this. Mm-hmm. And so I started doing research and of methods of movements and breathing and lifestyle. And I started exploring East and West type of modalities. And I put my own system together, and it allowed me to lose more weight, have more energy, ease, and I started really enjoying moving again. And I started to believe that other women and I could be flexible and vital well into their hundreds. Okay. And as I'm getting older, I notice I'm getting more flexible. And I believe that we can have a fit and sexy body no matter what age you are. Sexy doesn't mean, you know, the magazine type, but sexy where you could really do things no matter what age you are.
Well, I think that's the sexiest. If you're really inside your skin and you love yourself and you love your body and you express that as you move and as you live your life, to me, that's what's sexy. Now, not a man. I can't tell you what a man thinks about that, but that's my thought. And as long as I'm feeling sexy and happy, then that's really all that matters, because, you know, it doesn't really matter what anybody outside me thinks.
Right, exactly. And it's like really being comfortable in your own body and feeling that you're really strong. But so what I've done, I've been working with people in my studio where the age, it runs about 60 to 75 years old. And some of my students are like 85, but they can move and they're really happy with their body, So,
Yeah.
I get really inspired. I said, so that's how I can be when I'm 85. When I
Absolutely.
see a lot of things. And
15 days ago, I decided to take this bull by the horns. And I know that the eating pattern that seems to work best for me is paleo. And so I cut all grains out of my diet and really sort of begin to engage in the paleo lifestyle because, I do know it works. That's what my body likes. And I've been feeling great. I've had a lot of energy. But I know that there are a lot of people out there that when they change their eating habits, or especially if they consider it a diet, then they start feeling crabby and irritable, and they begin to sabotage themselves, and they feel like they don't have any energy. So what causes that, Angie, and what are the things that you can do to counter that?
Okay. What I like to talk about is about the problems or challenges people have when they go on a diet. And that's why they start feeling crabby and irritable. And the first challenge is the mindset. And that many women are not able to eat the food they want. They think they can't have it. They can't have food that tastes good. And I feel that women deserve to have food that they really like. So the paleo diet that you're doing right now is one of those ways of eating. And I bet you don't feel deprived either.
Oh, not at all. Occasionally the thought, well, like yesterday I was at lunch and one of the women that I was at lunch with had a slice of, I forget what kind of cake it was, but, it was a lovely cake with, white icing and red on the middle and little chocolate chips all around on it. And I looked at it, she said, do you want to buy it? And I was like, no, not really. It wasn't even appealing to me.
Right, exactly. So what happens is when you're not eating food that doesn't appeal to you or doesn't satisfy you, you get stressed emotionally and physically. And the second challenge is that women don't realize that the body's, when you're on a diet, you're trying to reset it. And so the body's going through a shock. And that's why you start getting irritable and crabby. And your hormones are going on a shock, and you also feel very deprived. And another challenge and belief is that women are telling themselves that it'll never work for me. The food's not going to taste good, and everything tastes bland. And when you go on a diet, you're actually lacking nutrients. And the body feels unsatisfied. But you don't seem to feel unsatisfied, because you're eating what's right for your body.
Yes.
Right. So that's what it is making that choice that is right for your body.
Well, I also supplement, so I make sure that I get additional minerals and vitamins and stuff that might not be, especially B vitamins. I'm adding that in just to make sure that I'm getting that full spectrum of nutritional support while I'm doing this too.
Right. And another thing that people feel is that they don't have any energy. At the same time, when your body is resetting, you need to move. And also, they don't understand that the metabolism slows down, and when it slows down, it's harder to lose weight. And then you start being really depressed, and then you start eating carbs, and that's not healthy for you.
Right.
And the more you diet, the more you're resistant to losing weight.
That's okay.
Well, I'm a testimonial that when I cut the carbs out 15 days ago, my energy went up. So obviously they were A, weighing me down, and B, slowing me down.
Exactly. And so you can eat carbs. I'm not saying that you can eat carbs,
Right.
but you have to put the greens and the proteins before. Eat all that stuff first, and then go eat your carbs. And sometimes you won't even crave the carbs.
And I'm getting some carbs because I'm getting some carbs in vegetables, but I'm not getting them in bread and cereals and things like that, the grains, because that's what I've completely cut out.
Great. That's really good. You're on your way.
Well, I am. And, the other piece that you're talking about is the moving piece. I haven't been able to move for a while. I've had some major issues going on with my knee and with the muscles turning off in my legs, and I've had a frozen shoulder. I mean, blah, blah, blah. It's been excuse to not join in that parade, not join in the game. And it's interesting that it's probably not a coincidence that, I started paying attention to my body. I went on this paleo eating plan. I don't like to call it a diet, but an eating plan. And now my knee isn't hurting. My muscles are turning back on. And look at this. Frozen shoulders working.
Oh my God. How long have you been on the paleo diet now?
This is day 15.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Congratulations.
And I'm down 4 pounds. And I'm not taking naps in the afternoon anymore, which I was doing because I would get like so blah, and it's either go take a nap or go eat. And so, and I think that was the grains, wanting more sugar, to feed cells, and you don't have to do it that way.
Right, exactly. So, one of the things that women have to do, is to change, to identify the core beliefs that are sabotaging your success. And you talked about that this morning.
Mm-hmm.
Once we identify these problems, we can solve them by putting tools in place. So I have ways in which we can change the mindset. It's like energy work.
Right. Yay. Is this what you call your 4-step system?
Yeah. Well, the first thing that I do in my 4-step system is there's a mind, body, spirit approach. Okay. And then really working with each individual, seeing what kind of person that you are and what motivates you. And one of the things you would that I do in my 4-system approach is to have a group. And what a group does is it encourages you to move forward towards your goal. And so you can accomplish more, and you'll be more inspired by having the power of the group.
Mm-hmm.
And another thing is that I include intentional eating, which I will talk about in a few minutes. And I also have a foundational exercise program, starting with correct and efficient way of breathing. And that's one thing that you can start doing.
Yes.
You can start breathing without moving that much. You just have to start breathing and get that oxygen into your body, more oxygen. And so what I do is I have about 4 ways in which you can learn how to breathe. That may work for you. That's why I have 4 different ways, because people have, that doesn't work for me. I can't do that. Or, okay, let's try this way. And so what I try to do is try to figure out what is the best way. And I found that there are 4 ways in which you can choose the best way of breathing. Okay.
Cool.
And what it also does, it builds a strong core, and it builds strong abdominals.
Mm-hmm.
Reduces back pain, reduces blood pressure, and reduces stress while you're losing weight. You can even do this kind of breathing called exercise while you're driving.
Ooh.
So
can you demonstrate what that looks like?
Yeah. What I'm going to do is, and then also one more thing is I have a process in which, like I told you, I had said previously that there's a way that you can change your belief system, in which you can feel that you can do this, and you can do this no matter what age you are. So as far as the breathing, There's one that it's like a balloon.
Mm-hmm.
Like you inflate a balloon and you breathe through every cell in your body.
I like this.
You just, like a balloon, just feel like you're blowing up like a balloon.
So when I breathe in, I just like let it float every cell in my body?
Right. All the way to your toe. It's nice to do it when you could do it while you're sitting in the car. You could do it while you're on your computer. You could do it lying down, that kind of thing. So
I actually felt that in my toes.
Oh, good. From your head to your toes. That's perfect.
I didn't quite get to my arms, but, I got it down to my toes.
Okay, that's good. It sounds like you got it to your whole body, but you don't realize it.
Maybe, yeah. Maybe.
Once you start feeling and being more aware of it, then you can feel yourself expanding, and then you feel yourself deflating all the way to your belly.
Now I felt it in my hands on that one.
Yay! Okay, good. That's really good.
So viewers, I hope you're practicing with us.
Right. So the thing is, when you feel that expansion and like a balloon, and then the deflating like a balloon, your whole body gets oxygenated. So when you don't have enough air flowing through your body, what happens is you start feeling irritable and crabby. And you feel kind of depressed. And you just have to go back to your breathing and then, fill yourself full of, air, and then you deflate yourself into the belly. And so when you feel your belly firing, then activating, you don't have to grip. There's no gripping involved. That's the thing. Mm-hmm. You just breathe fully, and your body will just you'll naturally work your abdominal muscles. And
cool. I like that.
And de-stress you. So that's one of them. And the thing is also, too, is that your metabolism will start firing up. You'll start firing your metabolism, and then you'll start burning more calories when you start breathing that way.
Very good.
The other one is, I wanted to share this other one that you could do while you're driving. Mm-hmm. You hold on to the steering wheel. Okay. And that gives you the power to contract, but not hard, just enough so you can you inhale and then exhale, blow the air out. And when you blow the air out through your abdominal muscles, you hold on to the steering wheel, and that helps you contract the muscles in the body. You don't have to do it hard. You just have to exhale it out. That's why I started with the first breath one. Mm-hmm. So you know that nothing is done with tension in the body. If you have tension in the body, then you're trying too hard, and then you're getting yourself all stressed out. You don't need to do that.
Yeah, well, here you're talking to Miss Type A here, so this is a process that I've been trying to unwind out of for a while.
Yeah, so just inhale and fill the balloon, and exhale and deflate the balloon.
Cool.
And that's through your whole body while you're doing that. And this really helps you, especially you with it. It's not active yet. Mm-hmm. You haven't gotten active yet. So this is a starting point. And then you could do it while you're walking. And you could start by just walking down the block and back to your house.
Yep.
Or you could start small. It doesn't matter how you start. The thing is, you just start moving.
Yes.
The best that you can. Or put some nice music on and just dance around. And by the time you know it, 5 minutes have gone by.
Exactly. That's what I've been doing, is just kind of dancing, and, put my iPod going and enjoying it and living life to the fullest. And I'm venturing back to the gym, so that's a good thing too.
Right.
But I get what you're saying about needing company for that. Before I moved, so I'm in a new town, and I don't really have a lot of support group here, or people that I know that I can go to the gym with or work out with. In the old town, I had people that kept me accountable, and so I would go to the gym 4 days a week, and, we would have fun, we would chat, we would catch up, and we would move. So I'm looking now for people here in Tallahassee that I can actually begin to start that with and get into the companionship of the movement and the mind-body connection.
Yeah, you probably could ask the club to promote that for you.
That's a great idea. That's a great idea. They do have a bulletin board, so yeah.
Yeah, you could have some buddies, and you could tell the time and day that you want to, buddy up with, and then you probably find somebody. Oh, that'll probably be really great.
Yeah. And I noticed that one of the movement tools that you do is Nia, and I know that they have Nia at the senior center, so I'm going to explore that one as well.
Oh, yeah, you'll love it. You'll love it. That's where my 85-year-olds are there, the older ones. Because there's no stress on the joints or anything.
Perfect.
You have great music and just move. Yeah.
I like it.
That's great. Thank you.
Now, you mentioned intentional eating. So can you talk about that just a little bit more so people have a better idea of what you mean by intentional eating? Well,
the thing is what happens is that through my system, there is what you do is 2 days a week. There are a certain amount of calories, up to 500 calories that you eat just for 2 days, and then the rest of the day you can eat anything you want.
Okay.
What you're doing right now is like perfect.
Yeah, I started to say, fair enough. I can do that because just my protein and my vegetable or salad at 2 meals a day is right about that.
Right, and then the rest of the day, and then what will happen is you'll start to crave, not crave. You'll curb your appetite. In other words, you won't eat as much for some reason. It just happens naturally. And you don't have to say, well, I got to eat this much. I want to eat this much. And you don't have to do that. It just naturally does it. And then you start losing weight. Now, the reason why I got into it or started doing it is because I went to this lecture and he said what he was trying to promote is he was actually a psychologist that treats people with food and not with chemicals, drugs. And he said, and he talked about intermittent fasting. And what happened was you don't starve or anything like that. And he said he had a client that started doing the fasting because she worked out hours a day, went to the gym 5 to 7 days a week, and she still wasn't losing weight. And she was watching her diet and didn't work. So then she started doing intermittent fasting, started following his advice, and he said, and she's right here right now. She's my wife. She stood up and she looked great. And I thought, So when I saw her, she didn't look quite right. I said, well, she doesn't look healthy. But 2 years later, I guess she just started it. 2 years later, she looked fabulous. I saw her again because I went to another of his lectures, and she looked great. And I told her, I said, you look really good. You look healthy. You don't look really, because I had to gain more weight because I got too skinny. And I thought, okay. But she looked really healthy. Oh, my God. I wish I had that problem. I don't think I've ever in my life felt that I was too skinny. Right. Because I'm too skinny. I started losing too much weight. I had to eat more to gain more weight, because I was too skinny. And so she started doing that, and she looked terrific. And this is just eating what she wanted, and then eating 2 days a week, 500 calories. That's wonderful. Now, you've got a free class that people can register for as kind of your gift for the folks today. The link you sent me, it's mindbodyconnection.net/bellyfat. Yes. .html. So, folks, you need to check this out so that you can start working with Angi, but you can do this one for free. I'm going to sign up for this right after the show today. I can do it too because I'm really looking for guidance to make sure that I stay on this track of the momentum that I'm building right now, and that's why I think this is really kind of perfect.
But before we run out of time, Angie, are there any other little tips or things that you would like for the people who are watching to know about?
Okay. In this teleseminar, I'm going to take you to a simple step-by-step system for creating your own fit and sexy body. And you can start after the teleseminar, you can start immediately, right away. By the end of 90 minutes with me, you'll have your own plan. This is like the same plan that I've taught my clients for over 20 years. It's updated with the most leading edge and healthy eating strategies of today. And what I'll do at this seminar, I'll tell you about the 3 belly fat triggers that you must avoid to finally reveal your flat stomach that you really desire. And a simple approach that you can do regardless of age will flatten your belly without joint-killing exercises or workouts. And what's really important is to know the myths and lies that food companies, the diet industry, and the government have been telling you that are keeping you fat and miserable.
Yeah.
And the number one thing you must eliminate is to keep you unfit and healthy. And that's what keeps you unfit and healthy, is those myths.
Mm-hmm.
And again, what I'd like to do is tell you the link in which to sign up for this free teleseminar, this 90 minutes, and you'll have a plan right after that. And then,
yay!
You'll figure it out. And you're halfway there. You're halfway there. And the link is www.mindbodyconnection.net/bellyfat.html. So you're going to put that in your Facebook, right?
I will.
Okay.
Yep. Right after the show. Yeah, so this has really been great. Thank you so much for coming on today and helping me to get a jump start on getting this mind-body connection working for me and helping everybody else. I will sign up right after I get off the air, and I really appreciate your time, Angie.
Yeah. Oh, I also want to tell you, remember the teleseminar is free, and if you sign up, you will get a recording afterwards.
Okay, perfect.
Even though you can't make it, there's a recording.
Perfect. All right. So, viewers, next week I've got a bang-up show for you. Trisha McCannon is going to be my guest. We're going to be talking about the divine feminine. I know that's a topic that many of you are very interested in because things are shifting on planet Earth right now. And remember, people who take responsibility for their lives create the reality they desire. I love you all.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye.